The monsoon had just broken over Lahore that evening, turning Farazipur Road into a shallow river of red taillights and honking rickshaws. Inside the two-story house in Model Town, the air conditioning fought a losing battle against the humidity that seeped through every crack. The dining table, solid shisham inherited from Nana, groaned under platters of biryani, seekh kebabs, dal mash, raita, salad, and 3 kinds of naan because Amy could never decide which one everyone liked best. Tonight was supposed to be celebratory. My elder sister, Hina, 38, had flown in from Dubai the day before. She had just closed what the family already called the deal of the decade. Her company, Zephyr Payments, had secured a $220 million Series C from a consortium led by Temasek and SoftBank. Pre-money valuation, $1.1 billion. Post-money, comfortably unicorn territory. The term sheet had been signed in a glass-walled conference room overlooking Burj Khalifa. Photos were already circulating on LinkedIn. Hina in a sharp black pantsuit, shaking hands with men in $1,000 watches, all smiles and victory. Amy, Saima, had spent 2 full days cooking. Abu Tariq had polished every piece of silverware. Even our younger cousin Bilal, who usually showed up late and left early, was on time and wearing a proper kurta. Hina arrived fashionably late, still on a post-deal high. She swept in wearing cream silk, diamond studs that caught the light like tiny stars, carrying a bottle of 18-year-old Glenfiddich she'd bought at the airport duty-free. Finally! Amy cried, hugging her so tightly I thought the silk might tear. My golden girl. Look at you, unicorn founder. Hina laughed, the sound bright and practiced. Not quite unicorn yet, Amy. Another round or 2. But close. Very close. We sat. Abu said Bismillah. Plates were passed. The first 10 minutes were the usual symphony of compliments and small updates. Bilal's new job at Telenor, Hina's latest trip to Singapore, Amy's blood pressure medicine working wonders. Then, inevitably, the spotlight drifted left. So Harris, Hina said, spooning more raita onto her plate, how's the little online thing going? Still selling those handmade candles and shawls. I was 34. Single. Living in a modest flat in Gulberg that I owned outright but never bragged about. Driving a white Mehran 2015 model because it never broke down and parking was easier. Running a platform most people in the family still thought was cute. Etsy Pakistan. Still going, I said, cutting a piece of kebab smaller than necessary. Doing okay. Amy jumped in protectively. Harris has almost 40,000 customers now. And he ships to Dubai and UK also. Very good, Beta. 40,000. Hina repeated, tilting her head the way she used to when I got a B+ instead of an A. That's sweet. Really. Micro-entrepreneurship is important. Keeps the economy grassroots. Abu nodded sagely. Exactly. Not everyone needs to chase billions. Some people are happy building small, stable things. Bilal, sensing the tone, stayed quiet and focused on his biryani. Hina leaned forward, elbows on the table in a way Amy usually scolded but never did with her. Look, Bai, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm proud of you for doing something. But let's be honest, there's a difference between a lifestyle business and building something scalable, something institutional. My company processes $4.2 billion in cross-border payments annually now. We have 1,200 employees across 5 countries. We're integrated with 12 central banks. That's impact. That's legacy. I took a slow sip of water. It sounds incredible. Congratulations again. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Thanks. And seriously, if you ever want to level up, I can help. We're hiring for partnerships and marketplace expansion. You could come in as, say, manager of merchant onboarding. Start at maybe AED 25,000 a month plus bonus. Remote for the first year. It's entry-level obviously, but it's a foot in the door of a real fintech. Real equity after the next round. Real future. Amy's face lit up. Hina, that's so generous. Harris, listen to your sister. She's giving you a golden chance. Abu cleared his throat. She's right, Beta. You're not getting younger. No wife, no children, no big savings we know of. At some point you need security, proper job, benefits, provident fund. I chewed slowly. The kebab tasted like cardboard now. I appreciate the offer. I'll think about it. Hina laughed lightly. Don't think too long. Once we're public, probably 18 months, the hiring freezes kick in for non-core roles. And honestly, you'd be competing with people who have MBAs from LUMS and IBA, not whatever self-taught coding you did. The table went quiet except for the clink of spoons. Bilal finally spoke. Harris Bai, what exactly is your platform again? Artisan Hub, right? Yeah, I said. Curated marketplace for Pakistani artisans. Handicrafts, textiles, jewelry, home decor. We take 12 to 18% commission. Handle logistics, payments, international shipping. Hina waved a hand. Very noble. Empowering craftspeople. But it's still niche. Tiny. My company disrupts entire payment rails. We're changing how remittances work in the region. You're selling table runners. Amy tried to smooth it over. Both are good. Both are successful in their own way. Hina shook her head. With respect, Amy, no. There's successful and there's comfortable.
Harris chose confortable.
I chose hard. 16-hour days, zero social life, constant travel, endless rejections. But it paid off. $1.1 billion valuation. My stake alone is worth north of $180 million on paper. That's life-changing money. Generational money. Abu raised his glass of Rue Afsa. To Hina. To ambition. To making us all proud. Everyone raised their glasses. I raised mine half a second later. No one toasted me. After dinner the men moved to the drawing room. Hina followed Abu to show him the pitch deck on her iPad. Amy and Bilal's wife cleared plates. I helped, stacking quietly later. When everyone had gone to bed except Hina and me, she found me in the kitchen rinsing the last of the china. Hey, she said, softer now. The wine she'd brought was half gone. I was harsh earlier.
I'm sorry.
I worry about you. You're smart. You could be doing so much more. I dried a plate. I'm doing what I want. She sighed. You're 34, Harris. Living in a rented flat. I own the flat. Driving that ancient Mehran, running a website that probably makes what? 50 lakhs a year if you're lucky. Something like that, I said. She stepped closer. Take the job. Let me help you. You'd have structure. Growth. A team. You wouldn't have to do everything alone anymore. I set the plate down. I like doing things alone. She studied me. You're stubborn. Just like Abu. But stubborn doesn't build empires. I smiled faintly. Good night, Hina. I left the next morning before anyone woke up. 3 weeks later my phone rang at 7:14 a.m. Unknown Dubai number. Harris Ahmed? Speaking. This is Omar Khalid, Managing Director, Temasek Ventures. I'm leading diligence on Zephyr Payments. Do you have a moment? I sat up in bed. Of course. We've uncovered something unusual in the cap table. You are listed as holding 19.4% of Zephyr Payments through a Cayman vehicle, Zephyr Seed Limited. That stake, at current valuation, is worth approximately $214 million. Our records show you provided the original $3.8 million convertible note 7 years ago. The note converted at Series A. You've been diluted but never sold down. I waited. The founder, your sister, has consistently represented herself as sole founder and near 100% owner in early decks. She only disclosed Angel Family Capital vaguely. She seems unaware of the exact size of your position, or unwilling to acknowledge it fully. I stayed silent. We cannot proceed with the round without your sign-off on key documents, waiver of preemption, lock-up agreement, updated S1 disclosures. As a major shareholder, you have blocking rights on the transaction itself. We need your cooperation. I see. May I ask, how did this come about? Hina came to me in 2018. She had left Standard Chartered, had a prototype, needed runway. I gave her everything I'd made from selling my first startup, Quiet Loop, an inventory SaaS I built in my 20s and sold for $11 million in 2017. I took the note at a $12 million cap. She asked me to stay quiet, said it looked better to investors if she was solo. I agreed. A long pause. You never told her the full extent of your other holdings? She never asked. Omar exhaled. Right. Well, we need your signature within the next 72 hours or the round collapses. Temasek, SoftBank, everyone walks. Your sister is currently in a war room with counsel trying to figure out how to navigate this. I'll cooperate, I said. But I have conditions. Name them. Full disclosure in all filings. Co-founder status acknowledged. My bio in the prospectus. No minimization of my role. Second, board observer rights post-round. Third, anti-dilution protection on future rounds unless I approve. Fourth, I want to attend the closing call. Virtually. I want to hear her explain why she forgot her brother owns nearly 20%. Another pause. That last one may be difficult. It's not negotiable. I'll relay it. Expect documents by end of day. We hung up at 11:42 a.m. Hina called. I let it ring 6 times. Harris. Yes. Temasek called you. They did. Why didn't you tell me? Tell you what? That you still held that much. That you were co-founder on paper. You never asked where the money came from after the first year. You assumed I'd just saved it from a job or something. I let you. Silence. Then quieter. I need you to sign. I will. After the conditions are met. Harris, please. This is my life's work. 7 years. If this falls apart, it won't.
I'm signing.
But you're going to tell the truth. All of it. She started crying. I was ashamed. Of what? Of needing you. Of not doing it completely alone. I told everyone I bootstrapped the early days. I told investors, employees, the press. I erased you because it felt better if it was just me. I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm not asking for sorry. I'm asking for accuracy. Documents arrived by 4 p.m. My lawyer in Singapore reviewed them in 2 hours. I signed digitally at 6:17 p.m., sent them back. The round closed 4 days later. $220 million wired. Valuation locked. Press release went out at 8 a.m. Dubai time. The headline in TechCrunch Middle East. Zephyr Payments closes $220 million at $1.1 billion valuation, co-founded by siblings Hina and Harris Ahmed. My name was there. In black and white. Co-founder.
Seed investor.
Major shareholder. Hina called again that night. Can we meet? When I'm back in Lahore next month. Sure. She arrived on a Friday evening. No silk this time. Just jeans and a plain kurta. She looked smaller. We sat on the roof terrace of my flat. City lights glittered below. Monsoon air still heavy. I told the board about you, she said. They want to meet you. Offer you a seat. I don't want a seat. Why not? Because it's your company. You built the team, closed the deals, did the roadshows. I gave money and code in the beginning. That's all. She looked at me for a long time. You're worth more than me now. Your platform, Artisan Hub. I had someone look into it after the call. $380 million ARR last year. 9.2 million active buyers. 62,000 artisans on board. You turned down $1.4 billion from Reliance Retail. You're planning your own round next year. I nodded. Why didn't you ever say anything? Because I didn't need to. I wasn't competing with you. I was just building. She started crying again. I was cruel at dinner. I offered you an entry-level job at the company you co-founded. I told you to stop being comfortable. I humiliated you in front of Ami and Abu. Yes. I needed you to be smaller so I could feel bigger. I know. Can you forgive me? I looked out at the city. Maybe someday. Not tonight. She nodded, wiping her face. Fair. Amy and Abu called the next day. They wanted lunch. They wanted to apologize. They wanted to understand Artisan Hub. They wanted photos of the warehouse, the team, the numbers. I told them I'd think about it. 2 months later, Zephyr filed for IPO on Nasdaq Dubai. Lockup expired 6 months after. Hina's stake vested fully. She became a paper billionaire. I didn't sell a single share of Zephyr. Artisan Hub quietly raised a $450 million round at $3.9 billion valuation 3 months later. No fanfare. No bell ringing. Just a one-line press release on Dawn.com. The next family eat gathering. Hina arrived early. She helped Amy in the kitchen. She asked me about our new vertical. Ready-to-wear ethnic wear manufactured in-house. She listened. When Abu raised a glass to both of us, she didn't interrupt. I still drive the Mehran. I still live in the same flat. I still answer my phone on the first ring when my team calls. Success, I've learned, doesn't need volume. It just needs to be true.